What's up, Pioneer family? So today we are going out to a community garden in the west end of Louisville, Kentucky. It is a food desert out there, and these beautiful human beings have started a community garden and helping feeding and growing great homegrown quality food for this community in Portland, in Louisville, Kentucky. It's an amazing story, an amazing, awesome garden. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Let's go. Guys, so we are at Baird Street. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Baird Street.
Baird Street, yeah.
With Jessie and Deanna. And they're just gonna be talking about what they're doing here, talking about the mission of this garden, and just how you guys got started.
Yeah, so I'm Jessie, this is Deanna. We got started last year with some property that we got from the Louisville Land Bank to grow a garden out here. We're in Portland, Louisville, over in the West End, which is currently a food desert. So we wanted to create a space, steward a green space in this area that people could utilize. On this block is also a community center, the Portland Promise Center, and the Portland Christian Church. It's already a block where people spend a lot of time on the weekends. So if we could make it prettier, keep it cleaner, and grow stuff here that people could then eat, we decided to do it.
So just for the people that don't know what a food desert is, what is it?
It's an area, normally an urban area, where people are underserved by food markets. So a lack of groceries, a lack of healthy, fresh choices. They'll have some access to quick convenience stores like Dollar General, or some access to fast food restaurants such as McDonald's, but they don't really have a good option for fresh produce.
How much fresh produce, how many gardens? Until now.
Yeah.
So let's kind of just walk through these gardens.
Yeah, we're currently growing garlic in half of our beds. We have 8 beds available for rent. 2 of them are rented already, but we're trying to find stewards of the other 6. But we planted the garlic on one of our volunteer days in the fall so that we would have an opportunity for fundraising in the new year. Also like a membership drive, kind of show people that we're already growing stuff here. Entice people with free garlic if they'd like to grow, or kind of exchange donation for garlic come June when we're ready to harvest.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've got a shipping container. That was kind of the first step to developing the garden, to store all of our tools, lawnmower, things like that help us keep this space a nice, open community space. We don't want it to get overgrown with weeds or anything like that. We want people to start to use it and feel comfortable spending time on the land.
Right, and so how do you guys keep this maintained? Is it mostly volunteers? Are you guys just coming out here?
Yeah, so I mow every 2 weeks. I come out here and do that. All of our beds were built within 2 volunteer days, mostly run by volunteers, family members. Deanna brings her whole family.
With the kids to work.
Yeah, we've had kids out here planting garlic. It was a good day back then.
That's awesome. And the compost center back there.
Louisville Grows donated 2 trees.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of trees are those?
They're serviceberry trees. They were going around planting over 100 trees in the neighborhood, and so we signed up to receive 2 of them.
Okay.
So they just put those in the fall.
And you guys plan to get more growing space, like, or just put more beds out here? Are you going to start with this and just...
Yeah, we have the ability to build up to, depending on if we go with the smaller like 4x8 or the larger 8x16, we can put anywhere between 40 to 60 beds out here.
Wow.
So
that would feed a lot of people.
Yeah. And the reason why we're doing raised beds is because after soil testing, because these lots used to be vacant homes and they were torn down, there's a lot of lead in the ground. So we're a no-till garden in order to preserve the topsoils that we've put into the raised beds so that people aren't touching or accessing that lead-based soil. But one plan that me and Deanna's husband Sean have is to create kind of a barrier wall around the edge and do soil abatement for the entire lot. So kind of raise up the entire lot by 1.5 feet so that all that lead-based soil is covered and we can grow even more. Then we could have in-ground gardens and double our square footage.
Makes sense.
That's a long-term plan though. That's like an 8-year plan, yeah.
So I know we just talked about this before I flipped on this camera, but how did you go about just getting this land? How did you go about getting that water? And just for somebody else that might see this and be inspired and wanted to do kind of the same thing, how would somebody do this? Yeah, so I acquired, there's actually 4 lots here. There used to be 4 homes on this property. And the middle 2, after the 4 houses were torn down, the middle 2 went to the foreclosure auction, which I've just kind of always kept an eye on because my brother has also done the same. So I got the 2 middle ones from the foreclosure auction. And then the outside 2, the corner and the side next to the fence, are through the program in Louisville called the Louisville Land Bank. Okay. So the land bank is an opportunity for people to, the intention is that the equity of the land stays in the neighborhood's hands by offering kind of like a project-based, proposal-based system for people to reacquire that land that's been repossessed by the Louisville City Metro. So once Metro acquires the land, they put it in the land bank and you can apply for it. In our case, it was a Grow in Your Neighborhood project. So we created a project proposal. I had to get a land survey to prove where the boundaries were. I did soil testing. I just submitted a checklist of things to the city. This process took about 8 months to gather all the stuff. And then it went to the Land Bank Board and they approved my application to Grow in Your Neighborhood. So now, because of that, we doubled our square footage and I rent them for $1 each a year, so $2 a year to help create more green space and then how
here.
Do you get the water? Because that's going to be a problem for a lot
Yeah,
of people.
so I think they are, at least when I applied for the land bank, they required a water source to be present in the project plan. Okay. I believe that has been amended. Okay. The land bank project, especially like the Grow in Your Neighborhood one, is being assessed because Mayor Greenberg wants to create a green city and one that we have a lot of urban gardening. So in our case, we did have to put in city water. I believe that's been amended so that rainwater collection would suffice, okay, which is a lot more attainable.
Rainwater probably on this.
Yeah, we'd hope to build a roof off of that and have that draining into rainwater.
So, someone that builds?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just like basically a porch builder or like something like that would suffice. So we actually, a good buddy of mine, Bryce Beery, he owns a construction company, lives in Portland. He drove his excavator from his house to here because he is only like a few blocks away. He excavated it for me. So that's one example of community coming through.
Community helping to community.
And then I paid a plumber to run the line and pull the permit. And then once that was all green lighted, we had volunteers fill it back in. So okay, nice. I think for the major fill in, I hired a guy off Facebook Marketplace with a skid steer and he came by and filled in the major part of it. But the rest of it was a lot of hand shoveling and just making sure it was kind of flush.
Doing it for what? Not even a year, right?
Correct. Yeah, we got started in I think I got the land bank approval in December of 2023. So I started construction in January, but because of winter, it really started in March. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for anybody that's trying to start this, is there any other problems that you've run into and how did you get to this point? If there hasn't, then there hasn't. But if there's any been, hiccups, or what's your biggest?
Yeah, I think that bullheadedness is a skill that you really need if you're going to be in a community area. I had a lot of naysayers when I first started construction and when I first started looking into the land bank. A lot of people that I wouldn't have expected to tell me that this was not possible, but I'm not from Portland. I'm a fan of Portland. I go to the Portland neighborhood meetings, and everyone in Portland, when I talk to them about this, is excited about it.
Yeah,
it's the people who are outside of Portland who are like, are you sure they want that? And I'm like, well, it seems like it. Like, once you actually go and talk to the people in the community, then they want to be in it. So as long, like, don't become downtrodden. Like, if people yuck your yum and say, that's not possible, that's going to cost a lot of money, just turn your head to the sky and say, we're going to do this anyway. We're going to keep walking forward.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So that is the garden. Say the name one more time.
Yeah, it's Baird Street Community Garden.
Okay, sweet. And if you guys want to get involved, I will leave contact info or something, the address, so you guys can get involved. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
So after doing that interview, after talking to these people, these wonderful, wonderful people, it just gives you hope. It gives you hope for the next generation. It gives you hope for communities, communities like this that do have lower income, that are in a food desert. Just having people do the things like we just saw, having people growing food and doing it just because they want to build communities. There really is no alternative motives. They just want to build up these communities and see them all thrive and prosper. It really is a amazing thing, super, super inspirational. I love what they're doing. Keep up the good work. I absolutely love it. And let's get connected. So if there's other community gardens in the area, get connected with these people, and it's a lot easier to do it when it's not just you having to do it, when it's a team of like-minded people, when it's a group of people that want to get something done and won't stop until the job gets done. It is a lot easier to do something that some people, as you heard Jessie say, some people said it was impossible, and obviously it is not.